This video is sponsored by you poetic and noble land mermaid. Look at you making these videos possible. You're the best. If you'd like to further help support this channel, then head over to Patreon, where I will shamelessly dance for your money. So, this is supposed to be a 50,000 subscriber Q&A. We're currently at 89,000, but let's just ignore that and move on to question number 1. Where are you from? Okay. You all seem very curious about this. There's a lot of comments. I was born in Belfast, but I'm from Dublin, Ireland, which explains my passion for potatoes and my inability to consistently pronounce the word thousands the same way. Question 2. Are you trying to crack into the Indian market? So, India makes up about 15% of my audience, which compared to the other YouTubers I compare analytics with, is pretty strange. But it wasn't really something I did consciously. I think that India is one of the oldest cultures on earth. It's home to a bunch of different religions and cultures, and it's always had a huge population and was one of the richest places on earth for most of human history. So I think it just makes sense to make lots of videos about India. So I'll be making a lot more videos on India, not because I want to corner some Indian market, but just because India is fascinating and it kind of helps me deal with the fact that I haven't got to go there yet, even though I desperately want to visit. Number 3. Do you animate your videos as well as narrating them? From research to writing to narrating to animating to editing, it's all me. My girlfriend will help out with some research whenever possible, and she also handles all of the Spanish translations and the Spanish version of this channel, which you should go check out if you speak Spanish. But other than that, there is no other help. It's a lot of work. 4. Do you feel insecure to personally appear and talk in your videos? This is how I look. I'm an actual two-dimensional creature. I feel hurt that you would assume otherwise. 5. Eat potato? Since I can't actually eat due to being a cartoon, I have assigned this task to one of my humans. 6. Are you worried Brexit will affect your life? No, not really. Not because I don't think it will affect Ireland. It definitely will. I wish the British people and their politicians had considered literally anyone else on earth when they made that really stupid decision. But I don't permanently live in Ireland, so it won't affect me too much. But it will definitely ruin the livelihoods of millions of people. But we'll move on from that very swiftly. 7. Do you think cereal should formally be considered soup? This is such a stupid question. Obviously cereal is soup. It's a cold soup with sweet croutons. If gazpacho is a soup, then soups can be cold. And if warm Weetabix are still considered cereal, then cereals can be warm. Therefore, soup and cereal are one. 8. Did you intentionally put hyphens on either end of your channel name so it would show up first alphabetically in the subscriptions list? How dare you even assume that I would be so dastardly as to do that? But yes, this is completely true. Another reason was that when I was a much smaller channel, I thought that by having my name kind of stand out whenever I commented on other people's videos, that maybe people would realize that I wasn't just some random commenter and maybe click on my name and maybe go check out my channel. I don't think it actually worked ever, and now I'm kind of just stuck with hyphens on the end of my name. But a new benefit has popped up. It acts as a great spam filter. Whenever I get emails from dodgy sponsors asking me to advertise Battle War of Battles, or something like that, I can tell they've never looked at my channel because their emails always look like this. Dear-Cogito- We're huge fans of your channel, -Cogito- and have watched all of your videos. Asking around the office, we have all said, -Cogito- would be a great fit to advertise our highly addicting mobile game with literally trillions of players. Please, -Cogito- email back to us. 9. Are you considering doing videos on culture as well as religion? I already do, but I plan on doing much more. Not just on still existing cultures, but on past cultures and civilizations too. So smickety-smashity that notification bell to always stay up to date. 10. What got you interested in studying different mythologies and religions? I wish I could have a more interesting answer to this, like my grandfather was a wise old historian that showed me dusty maps and ancient tomes filled with the myths of the world, or I was bitten by a radioactive anthropologist. But in truth, I just played a ton of Age of Mythology growing up, and I've kind of just been obsessed with mythology and culture since. Prostagma. 11. Cogito, where are my car keys? Wherever you left them. 12. How did you find your name? It comes from cogito ergo sum. Originally I was going to have tiny robots be the animated characters and have them be made up of like cogs or called cogs or something like that to try and get a fun play on words. But I couldn't draw robots, so this is my physical form now. 13. What is the research and topic finding process? So I have a big list of topics that I just keep adding to, and logically, I should just select a new topic from there when planning my next video. Instead, I have this very efficient system. I upload my latest video, then I enter a wild panic, worried that I have literally no good ideas left, scour the internet for days, looking for new and interesting topics, break down, thinking all the good topics have gone, they've been covered by better channels, there are no good ideas left, no one wants to watch any more videos, then I have a nap and a cookie, and then I just pick a topic that was already on the list. Once the topic is picked, I'll start Googling general questions about the topic to see what people are asking about and what people are confused about when it comes to that topic. If there are any leading experts on it, I'll check them out. Then I'll start finding books or scholarly articles on the topic and spend the next few weeks reading about it and taking notes. I'll also look for any posts on Reddit or similar sites about the topic to see what non-experts are saying and asking about it. I'll then look at Facebook groups sometimes to see what people who are really passionate about that topic are saying there. For example, I looked at a Hindu memes Facebook group when researching my Hinduism video, just so I could get a feel for how people immersed in the subject spoke about it. Sometimes books just don't give you that kind of information. Once I've read a few books, I'll start watching videos on the subject and checking out comments to see what people are claiming is made in that video, so I know what the common mistakes are and to adjust my research to that. If I find any particularly good books, I'll start researching for articles or papers written by that author. Usually authors will write a bunch of articles in the lead up to a release of their new book, so usually you'll find a lot, and they can be useful for locking down the important concepts of the topic. By the end, I should have a Google Doc filled with about 80 to 100,000 words worth of notes, quotes, and vital info, along with my notebook filled with scribbles and nonsense. From that, I'll try and write a 2,000 word script. Normally I end up with a 4,000 word one. From selecting the topic to finishing the script takes about 3-ish weeks. I'm a slow writer. It's a huge problem for me. If you know a secret to make this not a problem, please tell me. I need it. 14. Where have you traveled so far? Are there any countries you really want to visit? So here are all the countries I've visited so far. I've done most of my traveling in South America and Europe. I'd really love to go visit Peru because of the food and to see all of the historical sites and mostly llamas and alpaca. It's mostly the llamas. China, South Korea and Japan are also places I'm dying to visit. I would love to dedicate a few months to India, although I'm certain I would get really, really fat there. Oh, and Colombia and Namibia, Vietnam too as well, and Jordan, Lebanon, Cuba, Kenya and Armenia. Honestly, there's too many places to go to, and one of my biggest fears in life is not seeing as much of the world as I possibly can. Oh wait, and Canada. I want to go to Canada to eat the cheesy gravy thingy. That's the dream. 15. Where is the Byzantium history series? So, the history of the Byzantine Empire series is over. Unfortunately, I looked at how this series would pan out, and I felt that I just couldn't actually do it justice without turning my channel into something 100% dedicated to the history of Byzantium, and I want to make videos on other topics. For example, I would have loved to have covered not just the linear history of emperor after emperor and all the battles and adventures of the empire, but also what life was like for different people in the empire. Peasants, soldiers, clergy, men, women, foreigners living in Constantinople, what people ate or how they saw the world, but doing all of that while keeping up a regular schedule and somehow not taking 5 years to finish the series would require me to only cover Byzantine stuff or somehow put a team together to lighten the load. So I've decided to drop it. I want to do something similar in the future, but probably on a much smaller scale. 16. Why are your characters so gosh darn cute? A team of scientists have spent years perfecting me. My chubby little arms, my adorable eyes, are all expertly crafted to hack your brain and make you want to squish me. 17. Favourite era of history in which you would like to live? Honestly, as someone that wears glasses and frequently trips over my own feet, I don't think I'd survive anywhere pre-1990s. But if I could be a nobleman of sorts, so that my life was easy, I'd go for 1500s Inca Empire. I'd have some nice, cozy alpaca wool clothes. I'd have potatoes. I'd have some roasted guinea pig. There'd be no plague, no smallpox. I wouldn't have to worry about famines because of all the shared food warehouses. It sounds like a good time to me. 18. Chin reveal? "19. I would like to know what inspired your lovely art style. Did you combine different art styles or was it just something spontaneous? I can't draw. If you go back and watch my earliest videos, you'll see that I have the artistic ability of a blind toddler. Now I've learned to hide it better, mostly due to learning how After Effects and Illustrator work, but drawing stuff that isn't just a cute copy of something else is still very hard for me. I still mostly just use tricks to make it look like I've drawn something better or more complex than I actually have. My videos are simply illusions. I think I've improved a lot during the time I worked for Kings and Generals and had to draw dozens of historical characters every week. Even there, you can see I started by literally drawing dark silhouettes because I couldn't draw actual people, and then slowly moving towards drawing people, first without eyes because I didn't know how to draw eyes, and then with eyes when I finally learned how to draw eyes. It's been a slow process. 20. All 50,000 subscribers are now an army. What are we fighting for? All of those fools focused on storming Area 51, when the real focus should have been on Lima, Peru, home to the International Potato Center. If we stormed that beautiful place, who knows what starchy secrets we would discover. Yes, many of us would perish. Thousands most likely. The center's potato guardians are known for their ferocity, but it would all be worth it in the end. 21. Do you feel like you've gained profound knowledge since you started this channel? Well, I wouldn't claim that I really have profound knowledge of anything, but since starting this channel, I have been given an incredible opportunity to learn about the world. An opportunity that I would definitely not have had if I didn't start this channel. I never would have read several books on Hinduism or watched hours of footage on the San people or tracked down recordings of Berber people speaking if I wasn't making videos on those subjects. And that's been an amazing part of running this channel. If I could say anything was profound though, I would say the interactions I've had with people in the comments has affected me in a profound way. People from all over the world commenting and letting me know things about their culture or how the video affected them or taught them something they wish they had been taught in school. That's pretty cool. I really like that. Also, since starting the channel, I've been given the chance to speak with other creators who are much smarter than me, and I really hope their smartness has rubbed off on me a little. 22. What prompted you to start making these videos? I've wanted to be a YouTuber since I was like 13 years old. I actually had a Minecraft and Call of Duty channel back in like 2010, 2012-ish. I've always had the idea that I wanted to make things and share them on YouTube. So when my passion shifted from Minecraft to like history and culture and animation, then the kind of channel I wanted just shifted too. 23. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is your favorite color of the alphabet? Blello. 24. What is your favorite food? This one is so hard. I live to eat. When I'm not eating, I'm normally thinking of what I will be eating next. But favorite food, that's hard. I could probably eat an infinite amount of Spanish tortilla. When I lived in Spain, I would run over to the supermarket during my lunch break and pick up one at least a few times a week. Pizza too. Oh my god, I love pizza. I actually have some pizza dough fermenting in a Tupperware next to me at the minute, so I can make pizza for dinner tomorrow. Baked potato with Kerrygold butter is also life-changing. A chunky burrito or a good and frijolada, mashed potatoes with gravy, some good filled pasta, pascalina pie, spicy ramen, breadfruit curry. Honestly, this is too hard, and now I'm hungry. 25. You've lived in several different places already in your life. What was your reason for moving to Uruguay from Ireland to wherever you are now? I move around a lot for a few reasons. 1, rent in Dublin is too damn high. It's impossible to actually live there now. And 2, I just like to move around. I find it interesting to live in other cultures, and it kind of just makes daily life more fun. Luckily, I don't have any debt or other responsibilities holding me down to one place, which I am extremely, extremely grateful for. So far, I've lived and worked in Uruguay and Spain and Czechia and Germany. I moved to Uruguay because my girlfriend is from there. I worked as an English teacher there for a while before realizing that I'm a terrible English teacher. Why would someone trust me to do that? I am in no way qualified to learn people English. But Uruguay is one of my favorite places in the world. It's gorgeous, the people are friendly, the atmosphere is incredibly laid back, the food is incredible, and the beaches are perfect. We go back at least once a year to visit. Uruguay isn't exactly a busy destination, so getting there requires a handful of flights, some 20-hour layovers, and a few dozen podcasts, but it's always worth it. Other than that, we tried to move to Germany once, just for the fun of it, failed horribly, lost all of our savings, and essentially had to flee the country in panic, which was fun. Because we spent all our money trying to settle in Germany, we decided to fly from there to Spain because we knew it was cheap. Luckily, we found jobs there immediately. I ended up working in a dingy Irish pub before moving on to like a typical office job. I loved Spain. The weather is perfect. Spanish people share my passion for olive oil and naps. And after working there for a while, we actually built up some savings and decided to move again, this time to Czechia. Again, because it was cheap, and more importantly, the beer is cheap. Czechia was fun too, but it's a very difficult place to settle into. We left there after half a year and have been living in Ireland for the last few months, but we plan on where to live next. 26. How do you make your videos? There are so many different variations of this question that I've decided that it's probably best just to make a series of videos on how I make my videos and how other educational YouTubers make their videos. So stay tuned for that. 27. Where do you get such accurate information? It's kind of funny, but Wikipedia is a good place to look for sources on a subject. Most articles there have dozens listed at the bottom. And once you find those sources, you can go buy books online or look in a charity shop and get them for dirt cheap. Or I've heard from some sources that you can go to gen.lib.rus.ec and just download books for free. Now, I have no idea if this source is credible because I have never done this myself. But this same source said you can find scholarly articles at scihub.tw. But again, I would never look in such nefarious places. Imagine being so evil as to publish information so that it is available to all for free. The horror. 28. Do you believe in using modifiers like the Great in names of historical figures? I hate names with the Great in them. Not because I don't think certain important people should have certain titles or whatever, but the Great is just so boring. It doesn't explain anything. Alexander the Great and Ashoka the Great had two very different careers. The Great tells you nothing about the person. Ashoka the Peaceful or Ashoka the Calm, Alexander the Conqueror or Alexander the Empire Builder all sound more interesting than the Great. If I was a kid skimming through a history book, Pakal the Undying would stand out much more than just Pakal the Great. What did Pakal do that was so great? I don't know. Something apparently. I wish he had a better name that would explain it. 29. I noticed that you don't make videos on recent historical events. Why so? So I want to make more videos on recent events. My videos on the Berbers and the Irish border were steps in that direction. The thing about more recent events is that ironically, because there is so much more information and sources available, they are actually harder to research. It's hard to figure out when to stop researching. There's always one more source to read, which doesn't really happen with ancient stuff because it's like 4 sources. Plus, with modern stuff, there are still a lot of emotions involved that can unknowingly influence you when you're researching. And if you aren't careful, they will turn your comment section into a hot mess. Ancient stuff tends not to come with that baggage. No one is going to send me death threats because I said something they don't like about ancient potato cultivation techniques. 30. I love you. Do you love me? Sure. Okay. 31. What are your favourite history books? Reading 1491 and 1493 by Charles C. Mann was a huge event for me and really changed the way I view world history. It sparked my love for the history of pre-Columbian America, along with my fascination with how food affects world history. The Columbian Exchange by Alfred Crosby, though a little dated, is also fantastic. I also loved Affluence Without Abundance by James Sussman. His genuine care for the San people really comes through. And I like reading history by people that have empathy. And The Woman Who Would Be King by Cara Cooney tells the story of Hatshepsut in a really interesting way, while also kind of making you feel like you're in ancient Egypt. Just the way she explains the culture and the lifestyle really brings you into it. Okay, rapid fire bonus question round. Are you a teacher in the real world? I have been, but am completely unqualified to do so. What is your favourite Irish legend? The Salmon of Knowledge, because it's hilarious. Speak other languages? Irish and Spanish. How old are you? 24. How do you like your potatoes? Boiled, mashed, stuck in a stew. Do you live in Canada? No, but I'd like to. Are you an epic gamer? No. Can you fly? Yes. Really do cogito? I do. Do you wear boxers, briefs, something else, or just go commando? Boxer briefs are the only logical answer. Does Ireland have any Thai restaurants? Yes. Are you from Latin America? No. Lions or Barrys? Obviously Barrys. Cats or dogs? Obviously dogs. What do you get if you mix an elephant and a rhino? A mess. What's your educational background? University dropout. Top 5 loaves of bread? All breads are beautiful in their own way, but soda bread is the superior choice. How many potatoes do you eat a day? Somewhere between 6 and 26. How happy are you to be making your own content? Happier than I've ever been doing anything else. Make a video about the great country of Georgia or die. I choose death. So that's the Q&A. I may have missed some of your questions. If I missed yours, I'm sorry, but I hope I managed to answer most of your questions. Getting 89,000 subscribers has been insane, and I want to cheesily thank all of you. I know every milestone video says the same thing, but I am genuinely grateful for all of you. Thank you so much for watching my videos and for your great comments and feedback. I really love interacting with you in the comments and on Twitter, and I'm really looking forward to making more videos for you and seeing where we can bring this channel. I think 2020 is going to be a really exciting year. So, again, thank you all so much for your support. May your potatoes remain forever buttery, And don't forget to smash the subscribe bell, pillage the comment button, and go be patronising on Patreon.